Hello everyone and welcome back to Chronos Plays Phoenix Wright Justice for All. Today, we are pressing, Trilogy. Actually, no, we're not pressing yet. We're listening to the new testimony. It was about the proposal, right? So yeah, don't be so surprised that I was going to propose to Regina. I even had something to give her. I kept it in my pocket, waiting for the chance to propose and give it to her. Of course, I also had it in my pocket that night. It was a present for her. In the end, I wasn't able to give it to her, so I've still got it in my pocket. That's a lie. Yes. You found it in the monkey pile. You were going to propose, you, a puppet. No, Judge, are you an idiot too? It's the Is everyone here dumb? Don't be obtuse. Just because I'm a puppet doesn't mean I can't love. Yes, it does. You're not real. Because you're Ben. Doing the hand puppet thing. I guess you're right. No, he's not. Just because I'm old doesn't mean I couldn't propose to her too. Yes, it does! Exactly. His honor is looking a little less than honorable right now. Yeah, no shit. Okay, Mr. Wright, please continue with your cross-examination. What was that sigh at the end? Is he lonely? Probably lonely. That makes sense. Have you met him? So we can probably present the ring to Trello. By proposal, you mean proposing marriage, correct? To Regina. Huh, of course that's what I meant. What kind of stupid question is that? I wasn't going to propose that we become some sort of outlaw biker gang together. That would be more acceptable to me. Right, Ben? Yeah. Got it? That's the truth. Okay. What was it exactly you planned on giving to a ring, Phoenix? You know exactly what I was going to give her, numbskull. The only thing I could find that could match Regina's beauty. Answer his question. What was it? You're gonna die when you hear this. It's an engagement ring. Engagement ring? Wow, those two nearly fell out of their chairs. Why? Is Von Karma, like, secretly a romantic? When she's in the S&M, but still. Mr. Phoenix Wright joke has gone too far. Time for this to end right here. Francisca's whip looks like it's about to lash out at almost anything. One hit from that thing will probably shut someone up for a long time. I mean, push on anyways. It may be something of a joke, but this is a historic moment. The first time for a puppet to... I advise you to cut this argument short. I'm going to have to agree with the defense here. Will the witness please revise their testimony, specifically about the engagement ring? I'd like to stick to facts, not sociology. You sure do enjoy sweating the details, especially for a man in a black bathrobe. I plan on giving an engagement ring to Regina. An engagement ring? Uh-huh, and actually a diamond-shaped stone cut from glass. Wow, you couldn't even get an actual diamond, huh? Even more brilliant than the real thing. I think Regina's going to love it. It's just a ring. What's the matter, Nick? Well, there's gotta be something I can catch him on. I kept it in my pocket. So... we'll probably have to present the ring in the next statement, right? Whose pocket was the ring in? Mine, of course! What a stupid question! You gotta be kidding me! You think Ben could pull that off? I'm sorry, really. You don't have to apologize for that. He's the one who should be apologizing. Really. So yeah, probably that one. So you went to the lodging house to give it to her. That's right. I tried to give it to her during practice so many times that I lost count, but the uppity snob kept getting in the way. Uppity snob? He couldn't possibly be talking about me, Maximilian Galactica. When I get a hold of him, I'm gonna saw his woodblock in half, and not with magic. Well, they always say that love creates rivalries. So what about the present? What about this present? In the end, I wasn't able to get it. It's still in my problem. It was right here. Are you still thinking of trying to give it to Regina? Of course I am. I spent 3 months' salary on this. For a glass ring? If it was actual diamond, yeah, I could see that. Even if I think diamonds are overpriced and, you know, I'm not really worth it. But I'm like, sentimentally, I get the premise of an engagement ring. Sometimes they're a little bit too, what's the word I'm looking for? Stupidly overpriced? Yeah. I spent 3 months' salary on this thing. I'm not gonna give it up that easily. Huh, I wonder how much he receives for appearing in a circus. Probably way more than he deserves. How about it, Nick? I think it's time to wrap up this toy's testimony. That's the spirit, Nick. Give him a heck. Judge has that dazed, confused look again. Maybe he should get out more. He's missing some vitamin D. Oh, shit. I'm sorry. I went too fast. I can't just go back. Yeah, okay. Present the ring. Trello, do you mind if I show you something? What is it? What are you talking about? Uh-oh, looks like they're going to double team me now. Do you recognize this ring? Ah, that's mine! Give it back! Thief! Thief! Didn't you just testify that about this very object? I believe you said, in the end, I wasn't able to give it to her, so I still got it in my front pocket. Or my pocket. Why then do I have it right here? What is going on here? That's Ben, say something! Don't put me on the spot like that, Trilo. I found this in Money's room. Money's room? You mean a room that they put money, like a bank vault? Ah, that filthy monkey's gonna get what's coming to him. Mr. Quiss, I would prefer if you avoided slandering innocent fiats in my court. Well, Your Honor, Money really is a monkey, in every sense of the word. Ah, I see. Well then. Money likes to go after the shiniest thing he can find and gather them up. Shiny things? You mean like my chrome dome? Trilo, when was this ring stolen from you? Well, I suppose it was that time, you know, that night, the night of the crime. What did you just say? Details. I need more details. Well, it was stolen right after Max showed up in the plaza. Right about when you saw the defendant walk past, correct? Well, I guess you might be able to say that. The ring might have, well, it could have been taken around that time. Ooh. Ah, yo! Oh! Good monkey. Ben, what's with you? Oh, whatever. It has nothing to do with anything, especially not who committed the murder. It's not for you to decide what has to do with the what. Now, Trillo, back to the topic at hand. I haven't admitted to anything, not I, Mr. Trillo Quest. What did you do when the ring was taken, Trillo? Whatever. You know exactly what I did. I chased after that ring-snatching monkey Money. But you weren't able to catch up with him, were you? It's all this slow, loafy fool's called Ben's fault. You can't even move without Ben's hand up your ass. While he was fumbling his way through the snow, that dumb monkey was able to get away. That's indeed an incredible shame. Well, this does indeed prove one very important point. Prove an important point? What point could that possibly be? Ben doesn't exercise enough. Ben's testimony has a flaw. There's a huge contradiction in this witness's testimony. Contradiction? The witness just testified that to the following effect. Up until the police arrived, he didn't move from the entrance to the plaza. However, the witness just stated that he chased after Money the monkey. When the witness was off chasing Money, there was no one watching the plaza. What is the meaning of all this, Mr. Phoenix Wright? I have to hug myself. Where are you going with this little theory of yours? I'm saying that there is no possible way that this witness saw the plaza the entire time. That's where I'm going with this little theory, which isn't really a theory anymore because he admitted to it, which leads me to my next point. It's entirely possible that someone other than the defendant was at the scene. Interesting, Mr. Wright. What? Well then, tell me this, Mr. Wright. Or Mr. Phoenix Wright. Do you have any proof that something slipped past this vigilant ventriloquist? Von Calmer. What about this person? Screams vigilant. Well, he obviously didn't see the victim, the ringmaster, arrive at the scene. However, that doesn't change the fact that he saw the defendant arrive. The witness is lying. He's blinded by his rivalry with Max. Well, the defense argument does hold water. This witness does have a history of animosity towards the defendant. What? How dare you? I wouldn't lie just to get that dork face in trouble. He's not even worth it. I saw him, no doubt about it. I saw that worthless liar. Well, just for clarity's sake, let's flesh out exactly who you saw that night. Huh, I've told you so many times. You think you know my stories by not changing. You've already changed your story, stick boy. And I'm not sure it will change, and I'm sure it will change some more. There is one lie, there's usually many more behind it. Exactly, Maya. That's why we have to keep after him. Yeah! Witnessing Max. I'll give you that I was waiting that night for Regina. But that doesn't change the fact that I saw Max in the plaza that night. He showed up after I had been waiting there for about 5 minutes. I said good evening to him, but he didn't even acknowledge my presence. I'm absolutely sure it was him. I saw Maximilian Galactica at the scene. There's no way I could mistake someone wearing those 3 ridiculous symbols. So that means that money didn't show up until after you saw Max. That's right. Money ran up less than a minute after I saw him. The money snatched the ring, and you went chasing after him. How long was it until you came back to where you were waiting? Well, you see, let's see. I'd say about... I suppose 5 minutes, I think. So the victim could have arrived at the scene in that 5-minute stretch. Mr. Wright, please proceed with your cross-examination. Sure. Witnessing Max. Witness me! So you were only concerned about waiting for Regina that night. That means you probably wouldn't have noticed if someone else showed up. You should think about how many eyes I actually have. I've got 4, you know. 4. F-O-U-R. Counting Ben, of course. With that many eyes, do you really think something would have slipped by me? You know 2 of your eyes are fake, right? 4 eyes is an awful lot of attention directed at one area, I suppose. This court is a circus. Yikes, the judge is even more dangerous to our case than Trello. That doesn't change the fact that I saw Max in the plaza that night. So you saw Max coming out of the big top that night. Of course, that's where I saw him coming from. I was staring at the entrance to the tent the entire time. I guess that makes sense, especially since he was waiting for Regina. Like a creepy bastard. Well, what time would you say these events took place? You're one of the dumbest people on the planet if you can't figure it out yourself. You already know that the practice finished promptly at 10 p.m. And you already know that I went to the lodging house right after practice. You don't need to be a brain surgeon to know around what time it was when I saw him. Just add 10 more minutes. I'm sure you can do that. Now, what time was it? Indeed, what time was it? What time was it? Let me think about that for a second. Yow! I'm no good at math. It was 10 p.m. Ah, yes, that sounds about right. It sounds about right because that's the time I saw Max on the scene. So you testify that you said good evening to Max that night. You must be asking incredibly obvious questions. You say good morning in the morning, and you say good afternoon during the day, right? And it's obvious that I'd say good night to someone at night. What, Ben? You got something to add? Let me guess. That's not it, Trello. You say good evening at night. I'm sorry, Trello. Mr. Quiz, I would prefer if you kept your ventriloquist act outside of the courtroom. Impossible! A performer lives and breathes. Your lips were moving, Ben! You're not much of a ventriloquist! I think you're a fraud! A performer lives and breathes his performances. You should know that. There's gotta be something wrong with his testimony. I mean... the evening greeting, right? Isn't that a bit strange to you? What do you mean? Well, if you hate Max so much, why would you bother being nice to him? It strikes me as somewhat strange. Why would it strike you as strange? Exactly. How is it strange to be cordial to one of your co-workers? I don't know. It's pretty strange given the people that I've worked with. I got one that whips me all the goddamn time for one. Well, if it was simply just being cordial to a co-worker, I would understand. Yeah, that hurts. Maybe you should think of having some proof before your lips start flapping next time. Proof is everything in this world. You should have learned that back in grade school. There's no reason that Trello would ever say something nice to Max. But how do I go about proving that with evidence? Bluffing is everything in this world, but I'm sure you already learned that one. I guess I can give it a shot. The witnesses will zoom his testimony. Okay. You're 100% absolutely sure of what you just said. I told you already. Jeez, I'm 100% absolutely sure. There's no way he could be any more confident than that, right? I guess? Those three ridiculous symbols, huh? Out of curiosity, exactly how many times have you asked that question by now? If you're gonna ask again, I'll answer with a chorus. Everyone together now. Silk hat, cloak, white roses. Thank you very much. Maya, you didn't have to join in, did you? But it's fun shouting out with everyone else. There has to be a hole in his testimony somewhere. I agree, but do we have to have the proof to make something stick? All we can do is try, right, Nick? We gotta have something that will prove useful. Alright, time to go to work. I mean, we're already at work. Let's see. I mean, it's true. Like, why the hell would he say hi? Yeah, didn't Max bash a bottle on your head that night, too? I mean, I guess right here, then if that's gonna be it. Oh, music stopped. Trello, is it not true that you had a fight with Max on the day of the murder? A fight? A fight over Regina, to be exact. It wasn't that big of a deal. It was just an argument, a disagreement at most. A disagreement usually doesn't end with someone being bottled. That morning, Ben got clobbered over the head by Max, didn't he? What? Is that admission of assault and battery? I know, right? Ouch! Before we handle that, we should wrap up the defendant's murder charge first. The truth is that on the day of the crime, the defendant and witness had a huge fight. There's absolutely no way they would have suddenly become cordial that evening. Moreover, just consider the personality of the witness on stand. There's no way a puppet this lewd would just up and say good evening to his rival. Lewd? Are you saying this witness is lying? Yes! That he's trying to frame the defendant by claiming to have seen him at the crime scene? I didn't tell a single lie, honestly, I just... That's enough from you, Mr. Quiz. Mr. Wright. Yes, Your Honor. Let's clarify this testimony for the court. Could you explain your theory about who the witness actually saw that night? I mean... So it's one of two, right? It's probably not the middle one. It's probably either the first one or the last one. 2 health markers for this? Oh, man. You know, I'm assuming it saw a different person because, like, he had the ring stolen, right? That part is obviously true. We found the ring in that pile of trash that Money had. So at least part of his story checks out. But then wouldn't this part also might be checking out? I don't know. Oh, that's weird. You can actually hear where the music loops. Huh. Anyways. Normally, you can't tell when a music loops, but I guess I just caught it at the right moment and where it chimed in again. I guess we'll try different person, then we'll go to second one. Like, you didn't see anyone. Music stopped. It was my belief that the witness did indeed see someone that night. It was just someone else. That's who he said good evening to. What kind of theory is that? The correct one. Furthermore, I don't believe the person the witness saw was Max at all. What? If he had truly met Max that night, there would have been no greeting at all. Which means there is only one proper answer. The person the witness saw that night was not Maximilian Galactica. That's why Trello made the effort to greet whoever it was that he saw that evening. Or good evening, as he put it. Ugh! What in the world, you... Will the defense kindly explain who it was that Trello saw that evening? Well, it wasn't Regina. Could be Mo or Russell? Well, he doesn't like Mo that much either, right? So it'd have to be Russell. Considering the ill temper of the witness, there's only one person in the world he would greet. Must have been Regina. It was Regina, right? She's so cute. How do you know? How do you know? Is she in the courtroom right now? Have you been to the circus? No, Your Honor, it's not Regina. If it was Regina, Trello would have given her the engagement ring as a present. Oh, yes. I suppose you've got a point there. It was Russell Berry, the victim himself, was it not? You are correct. It was indeed Russell Berry. The person you saw that evening was the victim, the ringmaster, Russell Berry. That's why you greeted him, Trello. Isn't that correct? Gulp. Answer the question, Mr. Quist. Whoa. Order. How do you respond to this? Wait a second. Well, at first I thought it was the old man, but once I got a better look at him, it was obviously Maximilian Galactica. Dog, you are literally just a liar. I think it's high time that we clear the air about this question. Mr. Quist obviously witnessed a single person in the area of the plaza that evening. The problem is identifying exactly who that person is. Was it Maximilian Galactica? Or was it the ringmaster, one Mr. Russell Crowe? Russell Crowe? Russell Berry. The prosecution argued that it was the defendant that witness saw that night. The witness has clearly stated that he saw the defendant's 3 symbols. 3 symbols? Alright, this is getting old. Come on, man, you gotta remember them by now. Here we go, everyone, all together now. Yow! Yes, we know. The silk hat, cloak, and white roses. A silk hat and a cloak. Anyone can wear them. They'd even look good on me. Debatable. What was that? Well, the witness has endlessly repeated that he saw Max's 3 symbols. However, how do we really know it was Maximilian Galactica? It could have been someone else, dressed up as him. Possibly even Russell Berry. Why? I gotta hug myself. Ms. Van Commer, stop hugging yourself so tightly. Self-love is important, of course, but please save it for outside the courtroom. You have a clear evidence that the person the witness saw was the defendant? Well, If that is the case, then it is impossible for me to make a judgment at this point. Yes! I think we finally won a point in this one. That is very unfortunate. Huh? You're just a little too excited for your own good, Mr. Phoenix Wright. What do you mean by that? You merely established one thing from this witness. You established that this witness saw one person in the plaza that night. I applaud you for your effort, but... Who that person was can only be answered by the next witness. Huh? Your Honor, the prosecution would provide, beyond a shadow of a doubt, probably unlikely, an answer to that question, and evidence that clearly establishes one thing, that there is no one other than Maximilian Galacta responsible for this crime. Very well. The court will take a 10-minute recess. Oh my god. During this time, I request the prosecution prepare their next witness. Court is now in recess. To be continued. That's the last we'll ever see of Ben, as he was hauled off to jail. Saving progress? Sure. Right here. That is gonna be it for this one. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you all next time.